Hello everyone, welcome to Accelerate Your Life 2020 and beyond. My name is Fadwa. I have a special video for you today. Guess what? I have a bonus video. I felt really compelled to do this bonus video for reason being just to clarify a couple of things that I have spoken about in the last videos on redefining your life. There's a couple of episodes there. I hope you've had a chance to actually go in and watch the videos and actually take on the action steps that I have recommended for you. And believe me, the moment you start doing that, you're going to see something shifting in your life. I guarantee you. Okay. So I hope you're well, wherever you are, and I am glad you're able to join me today. Well, the bonus video is actually just clarifying some of the stuff that I had talked about, and particularly on one aspect of our life. Basically, the only aspect of our life is really knowing where we are and where we're headed, right? That's the whole thing. You can't go anywhere without knowing where you're going. You can't go anywhere without knowing how you're going to get there, So we have to start thinking about these things, and it all starts with thought process. I always talk about, you are what you think about, and you cannot change anything that you don't know. You can only change something when you want to change it, when you want to know the answers. That's the only time you can start changing things. So I just want to remind each one of us, myself included, that the last video, especially the last video when I talked about overcoming barriers, overcoming things that hold us back. And there's going to be a lot of topic on that in the next coming weeks as well. I'm really going to dig in and really talk about, overcoming fears and overcoming barriers and how you can go from that to, shifting your life in the direction that you want. So my question to you is, are you living your life by default? Or are you living your life through your own design? Are you creating your own master life design? Or are you just going day by day by default? So what do I mean by default? And that's really what I wanted to do this video for you. It's a bonus video, and I felt compelled for us to really get into this and really understanding and really grasp it, for us to move to the next videos and actually understand the content of what I bring to you. So just I get excited talking about this. I had this conversation with a friend of mine earlier, and I briefly told her about this, what I'm actually doing today. And she was like, I cannot wait to dig into that video and dig into the content and dig into the information and just get into the roots of all the information you're getting it to me, because that's where we are, most of us. We live life by default. Just ask yourself, you wake up in the morning, you have your daily routine, you have your daily habitual behaviors, you go to work, you do the same thing, you come home, you take care of your responsibilities. The following day, guess what? It's the same routine. And I often said, it's like you're going a roundabout, through the roundabout. You're just constantly, you're not getting out of it, right? And life by default, that's what it means. You're just going through circles. You're not moving forward. You're not making headway in anything that you do. You're struggling to move forward. You're struggling to move ahead. You're struggling to really get those shackles off you. And it's not by any fault of yours, and that's what you need to understand. Life by design, the way you design yourself, that's you taking charge, that's you taking power. But when you live life by default, you just went in. It could be through different factors. It could be environmental, it could be through your community, it could be your upbringing, it could be through the history, it could be things that were passed on to you, it could be the old conditioning, the preconditioning, that's taking control of your life. and you're just going through life, just existing, literally just existing, you know. And majority of us are actually living that way. We don't question anything, we don't change anything. And remember, when you are not growing, when you're not moving forward, you are merely existing. When you're not growing, you're merely existing. You're merely existing. So life by default, what does that mean? The first thing is, when something happens, you have an emotional charge or a feeling, or something happens, or somebody says something. What are your normal ways of reacting to it? How do you project those emotions? Do you react to those emotions? Most of us do. We react, and that's by default. Life by default means you react to things. You just react. You don't take a moment to sit down and actually really think about, things. You just react, and that's just by default. That's how you've known to do things. The other thing is to you think less of. There's that scarcity, limitations on your mind, on your thoughts, on your dream aspirations. The moment, for instance, you have a dream that you want to pursue, and the moment you start thinking about it, what happens? That scarcity mindset comes in, and your thoughts in your subconscious mind creeps in and says, oh no, it's not the time, you don't have the time. Oh no, you're too tired already, you can't do it. Oh no, you got responsibilities that you have to take care of. You don't have time to do it. You don't have the money in your bank account. You're poor as it is, So it's that limitations. That's by default. And you know what? You just let go. Whatever you wanted to do, you let go. You surrender to the default setting of your life. And you just move on. Next day you continue. And your yesterday is the same as today, and your tomorrow is the same as today. And by just merely existing, what happens is a lot of people, most of us who live in that default life, we're very comfortable with what we have. We are comfortable. We want more. We would love to have more. We wish we could have more. If only I had more. I wish I had more. We live by wishes. That's life by default. We live by wishes. I wish I could. I wonder if I could. And then that's it. It's just a wish. It's just a wish. We love where we are. We are comfortable with what we have. But we are scared to take that step. We are scared to make a change. You know why? Because we know the results we're getting. We know what we're producing is not giving us the life we want. It's not bringing the results we want. It's not bringing the outcome we want. You're working and working and work. It doesn't matter how many hours you put in. You still got those bills to pay. You still have those loans you have to take care of. You have an emergency situation happens and you're struggling. You're looking for, somebody to lend you some money. You want to change. You get tired. You're like, enough is enough. I'm tired of this. I wish I could get more money. I wish I could win $1 million. I wish I had a rich relative. We wish and wish and wish, yet we don't do anything about it. Why? Because we are so comfortable. We love that comfort zone. We love comfort zone. And we are too fearful, too scared to make that shift. Sometimes we procrastinate to even make that shift. I'll do it tomorrow. Today, I have things to do. I'll do it tomorrow. And next thing you know, your tomorrow never shows up. It's 20 years down the road, 10 years, 30 years, doesn't matter. You're still procrastinating. When I finish school, when I finish college, when I finish university, or you know what, I have kids now. When my kids grow up, I'll do it. Oh no, when my kids leave, I'll do it. Oh no, my grandkids. So it's always that, what? You're just going in circles. There will always be things that will happen. But let me tell you something. there's something that holds you back from going where you're supposed to be going. Okay, and it's fear. It's fear. It's barriers that we create. It's the old conditioning. It's our mindset. But let me take you on the other side. Let's take a leap of faith. Are you with me? Let's take a leap of faith. And this leap of faith takes us to a different direction. The direction that it takes us is of abundance. And that's life designed just for you. You design that life. You are taking that masterpiece of your life and you're creating it to the way you want it to be. How about that? And that is a life of abundance. What does a life of abundance mean? Well, it means instead of reacting when something happens, you are actually acting. There's a difference. Not reacting, but you're actually acting. So you want something done, you act on it. You want to achieve your aspirations, you want to reach to your goal, you act. You take on the steps that will take you to where you need to be. It also means you're expansive, you're expanding, you're growing. That's life of abundance. You're growing. You cannot believe the growth that I've gone through in the last 3 years. Past 3 years, the growth, like emotionally, physically, psychologically, every aspect of my life is growing. You know why? Because I think of abundance. I have shifted my life from a life of poverty mindset and scarcity and limitations to of abundance, to wanting more. By the way, there's nothing wrong if you want more. You want more, go get it. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. It's not a crime to want something. It's not a crime. You're not committing a crime by wanting more, by having that calling and following it through it. There's nothing wrong with it. Abundance means choice. Abundance means choice. It means that you're taking your path, the life you want to take, and you're taking that choice. You're making that choice to do so. You choose. You choose what direction you're going. So instead of going that roundabout, you're going into circles. What happens? You're looking, you're like, hey, am I not only going in circles, but there's so many different directions I can take. How about I exit here and see what's going to take me? It's getting out and shifting yourself from the path that we're so used to and just taking one minor shift, see where that takes you. That's what it's about. Vision. It's having a vision. Abundance means having a vision. It's having a purpose in life. It's having courage to know that, I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to find it anyways. I'm going to do it anyways. Like when you're climbing, let's say, for instance, you're climbing, a mountain. You'll never know until you're up there. But if you stand there and you look at the mountain and you say, oh, gee, it's too far up, can't do it. That's it, you're done. You will not be able to do it. But if you stand there and you look at that mountain and you say, I'm on top of it already. You got the courage, you got the move, and you got the passion and the drive and the vision, and that moves you and propels you to that direction. So abundance takes you to that path. So you're moving from a scarcity, limited, lack, to abundance, to wanting more, to being a visionary, to having a purposeful life, to changing your thoughts. Remember, your thoughts are behind every plan, every word you speak of, every action you take. Your thoughts are all behind it. So it's you invigorating those thoughts within you. Abundance means you not only are taking action, but you're also shifting your direction of life. So let me ask you a question. Which one would you rather be? Would you rather be where you are right now, and just stay where you are and not do anything about it, and just live a limited life with limited potentials that will come to you, just limited. And you look at it, you say, oh, this is all I have. But when you think of abundance, what do you see? You see possibilities. You see all these reservoirs of possibilities. So I invite you, take on that journey, take on that leap. What's the worst thing that could happen? What's the worst thing that could happen? Already the worst has happened, or it's happening. So what's the worst thing that could happen? Take that leap of faith. Jump in. Give birth to your idea. Recreate that life masterpiece of yours. Bring it to the world. Share with the world your gift. We want to see your gift. So this bonus video is to really propel you, to really gauge you, to really dig in deep inside of you and just say, hey, I am ready. I am more than ready, and I'm going to do it anyways. Remember, what do they say? It's better late than never. But guess what? This is the time for you. Don't wait any longer. Don't wait anymore. You have something special within you. You are a powerful force to be reckoned with. You have so many possibilities and potentials and gifts. Step outside and see what you're made of. Forget about that fear. Forget about that limited abilities that you think you have. Put that on the side. I just want you to just look on the other side and say, hey, what are the possibilities? I've already experienced this. I'm living this life. I want to see what this other side looks like. I want to see what the other side looks like. Let me give you an example. I was driving one day on the highway with my kids. We're driving to Toronto. And we are behind this truck. So there was 2 cars in front of us, and then there's a huge truck in front of those 2 cars. I'm in the middle lane, I'm driving. Couldn't see anything else. The traffic was slow. We were driving according to condition. And to my right, the cars are passing. To my left is the passing lane. So I'm like, okay, what's going on, So I'm thinking there must be traffic in front of us. So I signal going to the passing lane. And as I'm driving, passing the 2 cars that were in front of me, what do I start seeing? The more I pass them, like I just was getting closer to the truck, I start seeing how clear the road was. There was no car in front of him. For a mile, there was no car in front of that truck. Yet, I was stuck behind that truck, and those 2 cars were stuck behind that truck. And I looked at my kids, and as I drove off, I went past that truck and I changed into the lane and I kept driving. And I said, isn't that interesting? Is that not life? We get stuck. We just go with whoever is there. We just follow the crowd. We just follow. We're just like animals, when you have a shepherd guiding the animals. They just follow. You see, and that's what I did. I was just behind these 2 cars and the truck in front of us. And I was just going behind them, driving, slowing down. And I'm thinking, what's going on? Why is it so slow? It's only the time that I moved to the next lane, only the time that as I was passing the truck and the other 2 cars, I realized that had I stayed behind, I would have thought something else is going in front of me. I had to move myself from that lane and drive, and that's life. Don't be a follower in life. A life of living by default, that's what it means. We're just following. We're just doing things because others are doing. We're just following the old beliefs and the old conditioning. We're just doing because it's been done. We don't question it. We don't move ourselves from it and really think, is it serving me? And that was a really eye-opener for me. I told my kids and they're like, yes, mom, it makes really sense. I said, isn't that life? We just go through life like that. It's only when you shift. And only I shifted and I saw how clear the path was. And that's how life is. The abundance, life peace that you can create is there. All you have to do is just shift. Just take a small shift and see what happens. Miracles, amazing things will happen. You'll be able to have your aspirations come true. You'll be able to achieve your dreams. You'll be able to live that life you've always desired. You'll live that life of purpose. And then guess what? Something else will come up. Hurdles will be there. Barriers will be there. Fear will always be there. But you'll be able to maneuver it. You'll be able to go past it. Doesn't mean you've lived, you've created this life and you're living your dream and the fear disappears. No, fear will always be there. Fear is always there. Let fear be your friend. Use barriers as your learning lessons and opportunities for you to grow. So for today, I leave you with this. I really hope the bonus video just kind of clarified some of the stuff that if you're unsure or unclear about. And just look and ask yourself, do I want a life of abundance? Am I tired of living this life of default, by default? Am I going to press that reset button and reset the whole conditioning to that which serves me? I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please send them away. Comment, like, share, please, and subscribe to my videos. Until then, watch out for more videos coming your way. And please send in your comments or any questions you may have. Take care. As always, it's always good to have you.